Okay. So we have gone through two major fundamental things. Uh, if you want to become a VAPT engineer, what companies follow and from where we are going to start, right? That is a CIA triad and reconnaissance, right? No, 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 it's not reconnaissance. It's okay. So anyone have any doubts with the CIA triad or reconnaissance? My intention is before going to the next topic, if anyone have any kind of doubts or something, I'll clear it here and I will go to the actual topic. That's why. If you don't have any, I'll go with the IP addresses. Okay. Okay. Today's topic is IP addresses. Okay. So we know everyone, like most of the people are using internet, like browsing the internet or using some tools. Everyone have smartphones nowadays, right? Most of the people will use like smartphones, tablets, computers, like laptops. So most of the things from 90% of the digital equipment is interlinking with the internet, right? Even though we can see like IoT devices, like even though fridges, like refrigerators and washing machines, even the cars also, the IoT devices, that means IoT, Internet of Things, also connected with internet nowadays, right? How these things are transmitting the data. Okay, let's assume I'm having my mobile. Okay, and here the Netflix service is there. I want to watch Netflix. Just my mobile. I'll give instead of, yeah, mobile. So this is Netflix. Okay, how I can able to watch Netflix through the internet? Okay, it is because of IP addresses only. Okay, it is because of IP addresses only. So what is IP addresses? IP is nothing but internet protocol, or IP address means internet protocol address. So whatever you want to communicate, that means whatever your device want to communicate with the other device through the internet, it is using the IP addresses. Let's assume you want to call to your friend, or you want to talk to your friend who's not beside you. You have to call him. You have his number or her number. Once you call, you'll get a, maybe it's ring. If there is no network issue, you can able to talk with him or her because of you're having your mobile and there is a number inside. The same way, there is a IP address which is attached to the devices, which can able to give you an option to connect to the other devices through the internet. Okay, there are bunch of things we are going to elaborate it today regarding this IP addresses. So I'm going to explain a basic things today. So let's go to the IP addresses. There are IPv4, sorry, and IPv6. There are two kind of IP addresses are there. Okay, today we'll start with the IPv4. So what is IPv4 address? IPv4 address is a 32-bit address. Please mute yourself who are enabled. Okay, I'm getting nice. Huh? Okay, so it is a 30-bit address. Let's assume if you want to check your IP, let's go there. Just to check IP, you can see what is my IP. You can click that. Yeah, it's loading. You can able to see two IP addresses here. One is IPv6 and the other one is IPv4. Okay, one is IPv6 and the other one is IPv4. Okay, so what is IPv4? IPv4 is a 32-bit IP address. Usually we have the range of 32-bit IP address is having 0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255. From 0 to here, from here to here, you can able to have like you have 4 billion, like 4.3 billion, I think 4 plus billion IP addresses we have. Okay, but the thing is we have more than 4 billion devices outside the world. So the throughout the world we have 4 plus billion of IP addresses are there. How we are managing all those things? Okay, let's assume your mobile number, sorry, your mobile having a IP. The same time you are having a MacBook, or you are having a laptop, and at the same time you are having a tablet and a PC, and also inside your home there are two or three other mobiles also there. Okay, when it comes to your home only, there are almost 5 to 10 devices are there. Okay, when it comes to a city, it is completely, let's assume there are 1 crore people over there. When it comes to the Hyderabad, there are 1.4 million, sorry, 1 crore 40 lakh people, something over there. What if they all are going to use a individual number of mobile, or two or three mobiles? The same way it is going to when it comes to an organization. Let's take an example of TCS or an Wipro or any kind of company. There are lakhs of people are working there. Each and every like an employee will get a PC or a desktop or a laptop. Sometimes they'll get two also. So when we are going to count, it is already crossed 4 billion. But how we are still accessing these IP addresses even if it is crossed the 4 billion? The thing is, there are two kind of things are there. One is what we are seeing here, like 0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255 is a public IP address. Okay, this is a public IP. And when it comes to your devices, or when it comes to any organization, they'll use private IP also. Okay, private IP also. You know something, what I have showcased you here, let me show there. Yeah, this is not my actual laptop's public IP. This is my Wi-Fi's public IP address. Okay, this is my Wi-Fi's public IP address. Even if I'm going to do the same, like what is my IP in my mobile also, it is going to show you this one only, because I'm connected to my Wi-Fi network. Okay, even though if I'm going to switch on my PC and do the same, it is showcasing this IP only. Okay, so the thing is, there are public and private IPs there, and also there are static and dynamic IPs also there. Let's go one by one, a bit by bit. So the IPv4 is a 32-bit IP address, along with it is used most of the time. It is used for public IP. Even the private IP also we are going to explore. Let's go bit by bit. So what is public IP? Public IP is a constant IP. Okay, you can consider a static also. Yeah, static IP. So what is static? Static means it won't be changed. Okay, the IP which I've showed you before, that is a static IP. Okay, that is a static IP of my Wi-Fi, like my Wi-Fi router's IP, and it is given by the ISP, which is a internet service provider. Okay, I'm using Airtel's broadband. So my ISP is a Airtel. So the Airtel giving me a specific static IP to my Wi-Fi router. Whatever it is connected to that specific router, whoever are browsing, whatever is browsing, it is showcasing that specific IP of my router only. About how it works. I've said I've connected to my Wi-Fi. Let's consider this is my mobile, and I have one more device here. This is my laptop. Okay. So I would like to, just a second. At the time while I'm while I'm browsing the Netflix, the same time I would like to work. Like while watching the movie, I want to work. Let's see. You can see this is a AWS cloud or something. Okay. So the thing is, the mobile which I am using is it needs to go to contact the Netflix server. The laptop I am using, it needs to go to contact the AWS server. But the thing is, the both devices are connected to my Wi-Fi router. Okay. So inside a Wi-Fi router, there is a thing which is called NAT. Okay. There is a thing is called NAT, Network Address Transition. The thing is, I told you it is showcasing the IP address, which is called a public IP and is also a static IP address. Let's discuss especially about the public IP. So the public IP of mine, like my Wi-Fi, let me give like we can consider 22.44.60.1 like this. Whenever you are going to browse, whenever you are going to search, it is showcasing this one. Okay, even though while the server like my laptop is trying to contact the AWS, it is the server of the AWS is going to let know this is the IP. Even the Netflix also will see this IP only. But how it is happening and how exactly Netflix is showcased in my mobile instead of in my laptop, and exactly how AWS only showcase in my laptop instead of my mobile, why it is not confusing? Because it is the because there is a NAT is there. NAT is a network address transmission. That means it is going to let to know, okay, this particular mobile want to access Netflix. It is going to create a table. The table is called a NAT tables. You don't need to know deep about those things, because we don't need to know about those much deeper. But I'm going to give you a clear example how the network is transmitting. The NAT table, it is created. This is a part of internal Wi-Fi router. The NAT is there. The NAT is going to create a table. Okay, it is going to take this mobile's IP. Again, what is mobile's IP? I already told you this is a only IP which is connected and it is showcasing in the internet. Because of uh, because of lacking of these IP addresses, there are two kind of things established. One is public and private IP. The public IP, it is the internet provider is attaching to our Wi-Fi devices. Okay, so the private IP is given to the devices which is connected to the Wi-Fi. It is also taken care by the Wi-Fi only. The Wi-Fi is going to give a specific number to your mobile for the recognition purposes only. Let's assume there is a 192.0.2.1 something. Don't assume this is the actual private IP. I'm just giving an example only. Again, it is going to give 192.0.2.2. Okay, so the Wi-Fi internally it is going to give some names which is called a private IP addresses. The private IP addresses don't have a ability to connect through the internet. It is for internal purpose only. Even though if you are working in any kind of organization, let's assume you are working in a software company. The software company is also having thousands of laptops or computers. For each set of a floor or maybe a set of computers, they'll use a specific Wi-Fi. Okay, they're using a specific Wi-Fi. Let's assume they are going to using a Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi can giving the access or giving the internet to the 50 computers or the 50 PCs. Those PCs also given a private IP addresses by the Wi-Fi router only. The Wi-Fi router is going to give 192.0.0.1 and 192.0.0.0.2 till 192.0.0.50. Okay, for the recognition purposes. So the NAT inside the Wi-Fi router is going to recognize, it is going to create a table. The table means it is going to note down this 192.0.2.1 and also the port number. If this particular mobile is want to, or this particular IP address is want to connect to the Netflix server, there should be use a particular port to use a specific service. Okay, if it wants to connect to Netflix, maybe they are going to use a HTTPS service, that is 443. The port number is 443. Okay, it is going to create it again. It is going to, while it is connecting, while the network cross the NAT gateway, it is going to connect the Netflix. At the time, it is going to came back. So the mobile send the request to the Netflix, and the Netflix is going to send the response to the mobile. Again, it is came back to the Wi-Fi router. It is going to re-verify who asked the specific one. Okay, I've already noted the specific mobile's data. It is going to reattach it to this specific mobile only. You can able to see. I'm going to simplify it very easily. You are going to call to a specific office. In the office, front office also, there is a person like a receptionist there. So the receptionist only know if you call to connect to a manager, or if you want to connect to a specific employee, or if you want to connect to a specific person inside that company. Okay, the NAT gateway is nothing but a receptionist kind of thing. It is going to take care of who wants to access what. It is simply going to create a NAT table. Inside the table, it is going to verify it. Okay, this particular IP address wants to connect to specific thing, and this particular IP address wants to access specific IP address. Again, here also there are IP addresses only. Okay, even Amazon also having specific IP, Netflix also having specific IP. All are public IPs. But when it comes to Showcase, the Wi-Fi only having the public IP. So this public IP only showcased here and here in both places. Okay, but when it comes to a Wi-Fi connectivity, like internally, you are going to see the Wi-Fi's public IP address when while you are going to search what is my IP. But if instead of you are not connecting your Wi-Fi, or you are not inside your home, you just came out, you are using uh, like your mobile data. At that time also, the internet service provider is your SIM card holder, like who gave you the SIM, like whether it is a Geo, BSNL, or Airtel. Again, the same time, they are giving you a temporary, okay, a dynamic a dynamic public IP at the point of time. Okay, usually Wi-Fi addresses is having a static IP. It won't be changed until unless you are requesting your internet service provider, hey, please change my IP of my Wi-Fi, the public IP of my Wi-Fi. Then maybe they are going to change. Until unless they are not going to change, they are giving a fixed IP. But while you are browsing through mobile data in your mobile, through mobile data in your mobile, they'll give you a dynamic public IP. Okay, it is going to change dynamically. That means at the point of time you came out, while you're going to open your browser, you're going to watch something, or you're going to watch YouTube, or you want to pay something through the phone pay. At the time you are browsing the internet, they'll give you a specific dynamic IP at the point of time. Once you close it, once you closed all the things, it's gone. Again, while you are going to open your any kind of thing, like whether it's a browser, YouTube, Netflix, whatever it is, which is trying to contact through the internet, again they are going to give you another public IP which is available at that point of time. Okay, so the static IP is nothing but it is a constant one which is giving to some kind of devices like Wi-Fi routers, or maybe the servers which are using outside. Even though if you are going to connect it to Google, they have a static IP. It won't be changed until unless the company is going to change that. Okay, if you want to use, or if you want to connect to AWS services, they are having a static public IP. Netflix also having static public IP. Okay, But when it comes to a temporary things, because your maybe you use or may not be use the internet at that point of time, instead of consuming all the available IPv4 addresses, they're giving this kind of a solution. Okay, whatever you are trying to connect to any kind of Wi-Fi, or instead of you're using mobile data, they won't give you a static IP. Okay, they'll give you a dynamic IP. At that point of time, maybe it is connected to a Wi-Fi, they'll give you a private IP address also for the recognition purposes. Okay, it is taken care by the NAT gateway. Okay, there are ranges in between public and private IPs also. There are different kind of ranges over there. When it comes to the actual IPv4 public IPs, we can simply say 4 billion plus IP addresses are there. But when it comes to the IPv4 private addresses, let me show you. Yeah, just a second. Let me go down. Yeah, you can see all these ranges considered as, okay, all these ranges considered as a private IP addresses. But Sairam, you told me everything is comes under the public IP. Like when it comes to the IPv4, how we especially able to know which is private IP and which is public IP? Okay, you have to know if it starts from 10.0, it is a private IP, and when it starts from 172.16, you have to see the first two octets. Okay, first two octets, that means 172.16. If it starts with this and if it ends with this 172.31 something, it is again private IP. And 192.168 and 192.168 something. So if you can able to see these first two octets, you can able to simply understand this is a private IP. The public IP won't start with 192.16 or 192.168, even though 10.0. Okay, public IPs won't start with this. Only the private IP range will start with this. Okay, let me show you the range also. Yeah, so you can see if you are going to give 0.0.0, let's assume you are working in a company, you want to uh, give the accessibility your server. You are working in a company, that company is a um, e-commerce company, so the website, like the application, should be enabled and it should be visible and accessible to each and every person. For that point of time, you have to give inbound outbound rules. You don't need to worry about those things. Usually what is inbound outbound means what comes to connect to the that specific website or a server is called inbound. What the server is going to send it to outside is called outbound. So for that, it is going to allow or deny the IP addresses range, like from which range to which range can able to access the specific website or the server. So if you are going to give 0.0.0, this is called a universal IP address. Okay, if you give this, that means you have the range of 4 crore, or sorry, 400 crore or something, 294 something something over there, or the 4 billion plus the complete IP addresses. Whoever can able to want to connect to that specific server, they can able to connect it. Okay, instead of that, if you are going to give this range like 128, if you instead of 000, you are going to select 128.0.0, it is going to 200 something, like 2 billion something, it is there. But how this is happening, you can see the left side /0 /1 /2 /3 /4 is there. Okay, there are things over there. Instead of that, I'm going to give a clear example here. So how this actual IP address is framed, why it is called 32-bit. Okay, why it is called 32-bit. I'm going to take a new file, saving it here. Yeah, so it is 32-bit, but if you want to 255.255.255.255, okay, There are 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. What is representing these dots? Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 255s are there. Okay, and we are calling it as a 32 bit. How it is 32 bit? Because each and every 255 is having 8 octets, or else sorry, 1 octet. Okay, 1 octet. Octet is nothing but 8 bits. Okay, octet is nothing but 8 bits. That means 255 is 8 bits. Again 255 is 8 bits. Again 255 and 255 all are 888. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Again 8 plus 8 is 16. So 16 plus 16 is 32 bit. How it got framed actually? Okay, let's assume there are 1 octet is considering 8 bits. What is inside this? Okay, what is inside this? Let's assume 128 comma 64 comma 32 comma 16 comma 8 comma 4 comma 2, okay, comma 1. So you have to count here 128 1, 64 2, 32 3, 16 4, 8 5 4 6 2 7 1 8. I'm just counting the how many individual digits here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, there are 8 bits over there. Each bit is considered like this. Let's assume I'm going to write it in a binary way. Instead of that, you can consider 0, sorry, yeah, 0 0 0 0 4 0 0 0 0. Okay, you can consider like this. This is the first octet. So if you want to complete this 255, you have to give all these. Let's assume you want to give 255. Okay, anybody have the calculator handy? Just try to, unmute yourself and try to count this. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8, 4 2 1. Anyone?
The total is
Even
255 only. If you
yeah,
calculate all the bits, so it will be
exactly.
255.
Yeah, 250. Sorry, 128 plus 64.
Yeah, that is 192. So
Okay,
194,
plus 32.
224, 224,
224 plus 16
240,
and 8. 248 plus 4.
52,
252 and
4, 5.
254 and 255, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
that means all these zeros are converted into one. That means 128 is because of this 255 we are going to fill this 255. That means it is the octet should be, how many octets should be filled? So 258 is filled, 64 is filled, 32 is filled, 16 is filled, 8 is filled, 4 is filled, 2 is filled, and 1 is filled. So dot. So instead of 255, let me give you, anyone can give me any number, any IP number below 0002, 255, 255, 255, anything you can say. Or just open your browser and try my IP and tell me your IP address. Let's decode it. How it is actually functioning, how it actually works.
Just do it for 192.
192 dot
0 dot 32
0
dot
32 dot
2 dot 114.
114. Fine. Okay. So if I want to complete this 192, okay, if I want to complete this 192, what should I take? I need 128 at this point. Do I need this 128? See, it is just adding the numbers. That's it. So 128 is needed actually, right? Because it is below 192. So we are taking 128, the first octet I am taking. Okay. After that, if I'm going to add this 64, how much will come?
192.
192 only. So I'm adding this. So 128 I'm taken, 64 I'm taken. So I don't need all this, right? Because the expecting number is came up. So all the 6 octets should be 0, right? And again dot. So it is 0. That means all the octets are 0. We don't need to give any number, right? Again, if I want to complete this 32, what should I need to take? Do I need to take 128? No,
No.
right? So 0. Do I need to take 64?
No.
0. So do I need to take 32?
Yes.
Yes. Again, I don't need to take any other octets, right? So again, if I want to complete this 114, do I need to take 128? No,
No.
right? It is greater than that. So it is 0. Do I need to take 64?
Yes, we can take
Yes, 1. So if I'm going to add 32 to 64, how much will come?
96.
96. So I can take this. So again, if I'm going to add 16,
Yeah, 112.
112. Okay. So this is also taken, right? So I couldn't take 128. I take 64, 32, 16. That comes 112, right? If I'm
Yes.
going to take 8,
No, it will exceed, na? So we
yeah,
can consider
0.
zero.
Then if I'm going to take 4,
Yeah, exceed 0.
it is also exceed. If I'm going to take 2,
Yeah, we can take it.
then take 1. And 114 is completed. The last one is 0. This is the actual binary number of this 192.0.32.114. The computer or a device is going to calculate your IP address like this. Once you click the browser, like Netflix browser inside your computer, maybe if you are connected to your Wi-Fi, okay, it is going to it is, okay, you are trying to contact to the specific application or something. Your Wi-Fi is going to trying to connect to that Netflix IP address. Netflix also having some IP address, okay, the public IP address. It is also public IP, that is also public IP. Then only the contact should be established. So once you click that, your IP is going to try to contact the Netflix IP simply. Okay, the Netflix is going to find out who came here. Okay, he is going to know your details in this way. Computer is going to find out your details in this way. It is going to compute, okay, what is this IP. It is going to understand in this way, not this way, not 192.0, because computer won't know the numbers like 192, 32, 14, like that. It is going to know only zeros and ones. Okay, one is yes, zero is no, like that's it. The computer is going to know it is in a binary format. So the connection also established with this way only. Again, if it comes to the response, you click that, that means you are sending a request to Netflix. The Netflix is going to send the response. Again, it came back here. Even the Netflix also having some IP. Again, give me some IP address, and some other guys will tell me at this point of time. I don't want to tell. Give me any IP address. Anyone?
205
Sorry, 205
dot 130, sorry, dot
130.
135, so 135
Okay.
dot 50.1.
Dot 50.1. This is your IP, or maybe consider it as a Netflix IP, right? To
Mhm.
conclude this
Or you
205.
want
Yeah, please.
you wanted a private IP address, or
Anything, that's fine. That is fine.
okay,
It's okay.
okay, let's go with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Tell me, Daniel, how I am going to conclude this 205 in octet level. Do I
Well,
need to take
so
128?
yeah, we will take 128. We will take
Okay.
64. which
Okay.
will be 192. We will take 32, which is 224,
No, it's
16.
no. 205. So if you
Yeah,
give to 128 plus 64 is 192 already, right? If you give
yeah,
32, it is already crossed 205. So can I
right.
take this
So
32?
no, you can't take that.
No. If I give 16 to the 192, how much it is?
That will be, that is, you've taken, that is 182 plus 16, 192 plus 16, which is 80208.
So it is also crossed. We have 205, right? So
Yeah.
16 also we
So
can't
that,
take,
right,
right? So if I'm going to take 8, 192 plus 8 means 200, right?
right.
So I can able to take 1. Again, if I'm going to take 4, so
To
204 it
exceed
should
that.
be. No, it is 204, right? If I'm
Yeah.
going to take 2, it is going to 206. So I
Hmm.
can't take it. If I'm going to take 1, it should be 205, right?
Yeah.
So 128 plus 64 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, the 205 is concluded. So if I'm going to take 135, how I'm going to take? Can I able to take this 128?
Yes.
Okay. Can I take 64?
No. To
Okay.
exceed that.
Okay. So 128
Hmm.
plus 32?
32 might
No.
exceed that.
Okay. 16?
Okay, 16, which is 4, 3,
Just to do
4.
calculate in the browser only. Don't need to worry. We don't need to do all this
Oh,
time. Just
oh,
I'm going to
oh,
explaining you that.
that will exceed that. So,
So I can take 16 also, right? I can't take
mhm,
64, 32 or 16. So the three. Can I take
mhm,
8? 8, 8. 8 plus 8 means 16, right? So it is also
mhm,
excluded. So I can't take. Can I take
mhm.
4? Maybe 132. So I can take 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can take
132. Yeah.
right,
So okay, I can take 2 for 134 and I can take 1 for 135,
right,
right? So
right.
135 got concluded. Again, how about 50? I can't take these first two octets because it is already higher than 50, right?
Right.
0, 0. If I take 32 plus 16, how much it is?
It will exceed that.
It will exceed it. Nobody. It is
Right.
48 only, right?
Oh,
32 plus
48.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take
So
that
I
and then
took
you take
32
two.
and 16, that is 48.
Right,
So I can't take 8, then it
right.
should be 0. If I can take 4, again it is going to exceed it.
You
If I
take
can take
two.
2, it is fine. The 50 is done.
Right,
So the last one
correct.
won't need to take. It is 0.
Right, right.
Okay. Then how I am going to conclude this 1 dot 1? I don't need to take 128, 64, 32,
Mhm,
16, 8, 4, 2, but I need to take only one, the last octet,
mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So this is the way the computer is understanding your IP addresses. Okay. The first thing is public IP is the only IP can give you the accessibility to through the internet. Without public IP, you can't connect it to any other device throughout the world in any domain. Like if you want to connect your laptop uh, beside your another laptop, maybe you can use wire or a cable kind of thing. That's fine. But if you want to send me through WhatsApp or through email or anything, you definitely need internet, right? Through the internet, if you want to send me something, you definitely have a public IP. If you don't have a public IP, you can't send anything. Nowadays, the IPs can be given by the internet service providers. That means if you are using a mobile, you definitely use a SIM card. The SIM card company will give you the IP address. That is also at the point of time you are using the internet only. Let's assume you have a data pack. That means you have internet balance inside your SIM. Okay. So if you have enough balance, you can able to browse the data. At the time of your browsing, they'll give you available public IP. Okay, that's called a session based IP. That's me. Oh, okay. Oh, why? I took white man. Sorry. Okay, that is called a session based. That means you can able to open it and close it like this way. Okay, I'm searching something. I'd like to go for an ad or maybe new released movies or something. Okay, I've searched something. I've opened my browser or something. Let's assume this is my mobile. I'm just searching something. At this point of time, if I have an internet balance, I can able to open it and I can search it. I can able to watch it. If I'd like to close, okay, the IP is also gone. Everything is gone. Again, if I want to open, I can able to search and see. Okay, this is called a session based IP giving. Okay, at the point of time I'm browsing my mobile data, the internet service provider is going to give you the public IP. Okay, without public IP, we can't able to do anything. We can't able to connect or contact anything. Okay, at that point of time, they are giving you an IP, the public IP. That is a dynamic IP. Dynamic is nothing but it is continuously changing. Okay, it is continuously changing. But the thing is, while you are going to searching Netflix and you are trying to watch the Netflix, even though you are using your mobile data, maybe they'll give you a temporary IP address that is called dynamic IP, but the Netflix is continuously having a static IP. It won't be changed because that is used by individual people, right? Static IP, yeah, static IP will never change until unless the owner is going to change it. Okay, static IP won't be changed. Dynamic IP continuously changed. You know something, if you don't have internet, that means you don't have a IP address. Okay, in your mobile or your computer, you don't have a IP address. That means a public IP addresses you don't have. Let's assume I'm going to the terminal, open it. Okay, if I'm going to IP config, I'm sorry, I don't need to give the space. Yep. Yeah. If you give IP config or if config, you can do both. Okay, you can able to see the IP addresses. Let me, yeah, this is my IP addresses. You can see it is 192.168.1.6. Let's go to the document again. I told you, yeah, this is a relay under private IP. If you see 192.168 or in between 192.168.0.02.255.255, it is considered as a private IP. Okay, you have seen this 192.168, where it is, yeah, here 192.168.1.6. It is a private IP which is given by your my Wi-Fi. If I disconnect it, it will gone. It won't show anything here. After this class, just try it. Okay, this is the thing. And also let me, where it is, I won't showcase it here. Okay, fine. So if you want to check about your IP, you have to go to search my IP, then you can able to verify it. Even though while you are using your mobile data also, they'll showcase you a public IP. But if you close all the tabs, maybe if you clear the history, again you are going to do the same thing. They won't show you the same IP, the same public IP. That's why I called it as a dynamic IP. Okay, dynamic IP, it will be changed by session by session. If you are continuously watching a movie, that should be considered, the time period should be considered as a single session. The session, entire the session, they will give you a single IP, even if it is a dynamic also. Once you close that, again you want to reopen the browser, then they'll assign the individual again different dynamic IP. Okay, so we have seen the IPv4 is the actual IP address which is having a 32-bit and it is having 8 octets, and each octet having, sorry, 4 octets, each octet having 8 bits. Okay, octet is nothing considered as a 8 number 8 only. So each octet having, sorry, octet having 8 bits. So each and every bit, how it is going to configured, we have seen. And there is a subnetting over there. Let's assume, I'll show you here. Yeah, we can see it is a slash. Okay, we can see it is slash. That means 0.0.0 something or something. Instead of that, let's go to the internet. We'll showcase you some more subnetting. Where it is, where it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can see here slash, /1, /2, /3 something. Even though if you are going to work any company, even though if you are work under any company, whether you are a developer or a cybersecurity engineer, whatever it is, let's assume there is a IP range. Let's consider 201.44.5.88 slash, sorry, not like this. Instead of that, I'll show you better one. 255. Okay, 255.0.0.0/8, and also 255 dot, I'm sorry, 255.0.0/16, and 255.255.255.0/24. Okay, what is this and what is the difference between these? Okay, I told you there are 4 octets in 32-bit IPv4 address. What if I'm going to, I don't need, like, let's assume I'm working under an organization. I want to give some IP address to my servers. Okay, there are 10 servers are there or 50 servers are there. I have to give a IP range. Let's consider that IP range should be 255.255.255.1. This is the first IP address of my first server. Again, it is going to same like 255.255.255.2. Again, it is going to till fifth, or sorry, 50. Or else instead of 255 or something, you are going to use like you need to give take 1,000 servers or something. You are going to use 255.255.0.1. Sorry, like this. You can take any number. I'm just giving 255 because it is show you a clear picture. That's why I'm giving 255. You can take any kind of number. Okay, so what is /8? /8 is nothing but it is already blocking the first octet. Okay, in these 4 octets, if you give slash, that means that first 255 is already completed. You can't able to modify it. Even though if you are going to use, instead of 255, if you are give 44.0.0.0/8, that means you can't able to modify the first octet. You can able to modify the last 3 octets only. In the same way, if you are going to give 16, that means there are 2 octets are considered already. Okay, I'm taking the same thing like 244.55.0.0/16. That means the first two octets are already configured or already considered. You can't able to modify it. You can able to modify the last two octets. Okay, if you want to give /24, that means that 44.55.60/24. Now you can say the three octets, 8 plus 8 plus 8, that means 24. So the first three octets are already configured or given. You can't modify it. The last octet, if you are going to take the last octet, like how many numbers are there here for each and every? There are 255. So you can able to have 255 IP addresses. How it is considered? I'll show you. If you take 44.55.66.0/24, that means the 3 is already configured, only the last one is available. So that means till 0 to 255, how many numbers are there? Only 255, right? From 0 to 255, how many numbers are there? 255 only. You can able to consider it like 255, 66, 66, like dot 0. Sorry, instead of 0, I'll give 1. Okay, again I'm going to give 44.55.66.2. Okay, till 44.56.66.255. I'm sorry, till 255. Okay, that means you can able to modify the last octet, that is called /24. Okay, this subnetting is nothing but how many IP addresses you needed. Based on that, you are going to do the subnetting. That means you are going to cutting how much you needed in that specific IP addresses. Okay, you want to take like if you are going to like take /8, that means you are going to take huge number. Maybe you are going to use a billion, or maybe you are going to use a 10 lakh or 20 lakh IP addresses you need, then you are going to opt /8. Okay, you don't need that much. You are needing 50 or 60,000 IPs. Okay, 50 or 60,000 IPs you need at that point of time. Maybe you are going to take the 16s, last 16. Okay, the last two octets will give you like 30 to 50,000 available IP addresses. But you don't need that much also. You just need a 20 to 30 IP addresses to host your IP to host your servers. You need a 50, maybe or below 50, or maybe below 200. So you can able to opt /24. Okay, you can able to opt /24. That means the last octet is having 255 available IP addresses are there. In those available IP addresses, you can able to take how many you want. That's it. So based on this only, the subnetting is happening. Have you guys understand this one, or you want me to elaborate more about this?
Yeah, this fine boss.
Yeah.
But here, what is the difference between this octet and byte? Even 1 byte equal to 8 bits, right? So as you said, 1 octet is equal to 8 bits.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I've given wrong thing. I consider it as like a 8 individual bits, right? That's why I'm call it as a 8 means octet, right? I'm giving like that only.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Even
8
one.
individual numbers we are going to take for each and every bit. That's why I'm taking like that. Okay. I'm just giving a general explanation.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'm not going that much deep.
Even in memory considerations, also 1 byte equal to 8 bits,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 8 bits.
like
Yeah.
something
Okay.
like that. Okay.
I'm just giving like that inside this 255. If you want to like achieve this 255, you need this 8 numbers. That's why I'm giving 8 bits. That's why it is called 32 bit, right? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 32 bits. That's why I'm giving 8 bits only. Usually 8 is known as octet, right? That's why I'm giving like that one. Like everyone will understand like that. That's why I'm giving that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the way the IP address is configuring and the subnets also configuring. Usually in every company, there are subnetting, they'll definitely use. For that, they are going to use the first 16 majorly, because under the 16 they are going to create subnets also. Okay, they are going to create subnets also. By default, slash 16 is considered as a like a VPC, like virtual private cloud subnetting or something you can consider. Okay, but most of the cases, like the primary thing, if, let's understood, if you are working for an organization, that organization have a specific servers. It's a, let's take it as a Flipkart mostly used for their production slash 24. Why? Because they don't want to showcase their IP addresses to anyone, and also they don't need much more IP addresses. Maybe they are having 10 to 20 servers, they won't exceed that much, so they are using slash 24. So in the last octet only it is going to modified. Okay.
You mean to say like no other organization is using /8 because of number of servers are needed, right?
No, no,
If
no.
they're
It is a completely different thing. Again, I'm going to say, let
okay.
me show you. If Google IP address is, let me show you. If Google IP address is 8.8.8.8, okay, this is the actual public IP address, and also it is a static IP, because outside the world everyone is trying to connect to the Google. What if it is going to dynamically changing? We can't able to connect it, right? If the IP is continuously changing, we can't able to connect to that specific IP. Okay, so the Google's IP is 8.8.8. Inside the Google, that this is representing the server only. Okay, this is representing the server. Like your laptop also having the IP, and the Google server is also having the IP, but Google is not having a single server. Okay, Google is not having a single server. They are having multiple individual servers over there. Those individual IP servers are having individual IP addresses. That is what I'm saying. Let's assume they are having this kind of private IP addresses inside these servers. These servers are connected each other. Okay, like they are having like this 44, 55, 66, 0 something or something. It is all going to connect it. Okay, it is going to connect it to a one major server. Okay, that server is having internally, these are connected actually. Okay, internally these are connected, and the connected servers, there are only one server is connected to the actual internet, that is having the public IP. Okay, this major big server is having public IP. All these servers are not having public IP, but these having private IPs, which is already connected to this server. Usually it is called a bastion host. Okay, if an attacker trying to attack this particular Google or something, they are going to attack this one. Maybe you can consider this as a admin server. This admin server is not having anything. Okay, behind these servers is having the actual application, but these servers don't have a public IP. Still these servers are using the internet and browsing the internet with the help of this admin server only. Okay, it is are internally connected. We can able to connect it in the Linux. We can able to connect all these servers to a specific server. Okay, the traffic is routing through this server. Even though if this admin server is gone, instantly auto scaling is enabled. The admin server again recreated, a fresh admin server is recreated, the connection is established again. So the thing is, it is used internally. Okay, the slashing, the subnetting, and each and everything is connected internally. Even though instead of private IP addresses, they want to create a public IP to each and everything, but still they hide it. They don't want to give the direct access to all these servers. The connectivity is completely transmitting through this particular server only. There are different kind of things over there, but the thing is, you can able to do, or you can able to connect to any kind of device which is having a public IP. And also you can able to allow or deny those connectivity through the ports and all. Let's assume firewall is there, like we call it as a WAF or something, like web application firewall or something. It is going to give you an ability to connect or not connect. That is completely based on the firewall rules and regulations. If the network team is going to write the rules and regulations, based on that only the firewall can able to allow you inside or not. Okay, the thing is the thing is the public IP is given to a server. That means it is going to access the outside world. Okay, even though there are bunch of servers are there, they are not going to, in the companies usually they use, they are not completely going to give each and every public IP to each and every server. Instead of that, they are going to use a single server that is called as a bash and host. So the server is going to give you the connectivity, but the server is a dummy. Instead of that the application installing that server, they are simply installing it into other servers behind those. Okay, it is showcasing like a dummy, but it is used for the connectivity purpose only. The actual application should be installed in all the behind servers. Okay, this is one kind of thing. Sometimes some companies can give you an accessibility to the direct application servers. Okay, maybe it should be a bit confused. Just a second.
Here, what we call the main admin server, come again the name again.
Someone knocked the door. Yeah, my intention is sometimes the servers can able to access through the IP addresses. Sometimes we cannot, and also the companies can able to hide the actual servers. Maybe they can showcase you the dummy servers. If an attacker try to attack the specific server also, maybe we can able to drag down the actual this dummy server, but we don't know there are still behind those servers, but we cannot able to access those servers until unless we have the credentials to log into these servers. That's why I'm saying an employee's computer or an employee's device got corrupted by any kind of hacker, they can able to access the behind servers also, because directly he cannot able to access the behind servers. Maybe they can able to see while the reconnaissance, they can able to find out the Google's IP only. Hello, good morning, good morning. The disconnect అయిందా ఏంటండి? ఒక్క నిమిషం. నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను. ఐఎమ్ సారీ, I faced a glitch. Yeah. Is this specific IP address thing you guys understand, or you want me to give any kind of example for any kind of doubt you have?
No, usually this networking concept is very confusing, boss.
A bit confusing actually.
Yeah, even this private and public ports, right? Sorry, IPs.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
for each and every device, hardware device, like it can be mobile or system,
Okay.
those systems having some individual IP, right? It is like dynamic IP or that is static IP. So may you know?
See, if let's assume you are having your mobile. Okay. So your mobile having a dynamic IP, that is also at the point of time while you are browsing only they will provide an IP. Until unless they won't give you an IP. If you are not using internet, that means you don't have an IP. If you switch on internet, that means you have toggled on your internet in your mobile and you're trying to watch the videos in YouTube. At that point of time, the internet service provider will give you a public IP. That IP is called as a dynamic IP, because once you close that YouTube, okay, or once you switch off that Wi-Fi or something, it will be gone, the IP will be gone. Okay, so if anyone wants to track you at the point of time while you are browsing only, they can track you at the point of time only. There you have an IP, even if it is dynamic IP. But if you are still using the Instagram reels or YouTube, that means you are using an IP that is also a dynamic, but a people or a hacker can able to try to find you. But if you not switched on your mobile, or if you are not switched on the Wi-Fi or the mobile data, you don't have an IP. Okay, when it comes to the individual devices, it is completely the IP address is given by the internet service providers based on the way you are using. Maybe if you are using Wi-Fi also, if it is a Wi-Fi like a local Wi-Fi or like a Geo Wi-Fi like a Geo or Airtel or any kind of broadband also, they are considered as a internet service providers. While you are using Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi is having a specific static IP, or maybe sometimes based on the requirement or based on the like IP address changing and something, maybe they can modify it also. Maybe they'll give you a dynamic IP at the point of Wi-Fi restarting or something at that point of time. The thing is, if you are using individual devices which is having a SIM card which can able to connect to through the like a satellite, that is completely given a dynamic IP only. But you are having a static a device that is called Wi-Fi, it won't be modified or changed, so they'll give a static IP. How many number of devices connected to that specific device like a Wi-Fi router, it will be representing a single IP only. But internal part of NAT gateway is no like who are connected to this Wi-Fi or who are browsing through this Wi-Fi, like which like who wants to connect to the specific one, or who wants to browse the specific data, or who wants to download a specific file from specific website. It is completely taken care by the NAT network address transition inside the Wi-Fi router. It is going to happen. And also, let's come to any kind of website or a company or an organization. Let's assume Flipkart is having a static IP, it won't be changed. Okay, the static IP is replaced or attached by a DNS name like the domain name flipkart.com. Why? Because we can't remember that IP address, no one can remember that IP address. Instead of IP address, they are just masking the IP address, you can simply say. Okay, instead of using the IP address, you are going to use flipkart.com. Once you click the flipkart.com, it is redirecting to the it is redirecting to the Flipkart server only. Again, the server is having IP, the domain name also again routing the traffic to the IP, but instead of directly routing it to IP, it is routing the traffic through the domain name only. Okay, there are some fundamental rules over there. No like any kind of application, like any kind of website or organization, they are not going to showcase you the actual IP address, they are going to restrict it. If you are trying to, if maybe if you have the IP address of Flipkart, if you are going to search it in the internet, it won't be allow you to Flipkart. But if you are going to at the same time, if you're going to give flipkart.com, they are going to allow you. There is a small difference over there. You can't browse anything through the or with the help of IP addresses. Okay, based on the company's rules and network things they are configured, so we can't allow or we can't able to access those. Okay, the thing is, IP address is going to masked by the domain name only. Whenever you are going to use google.com, if you click the google.com or if you search the google.com, it is redirected to the Google server. Okay, the domain name is going to contact the IP address is going to allow you or deny you there at the point of time. Okay, the companies, organizations, even though if you want to purchase a domain like for your even though me also want to purchase a domain for my classes and all, even the Ashok IT also having a website, they're having a static website. While you are buying the domain name, they are going to give you a specific IP address or something. Based on that, it is going to connect or contact the things. Okay, the actual fundamental thing is IP address is the actual source to connect or transmit the data in between the devices. Okay, whether it is a static or dynamic. So public IP maybe it's static or dynamic. Okay, based on the given things, whether it is a individual device like mobile or tablet, or whether it is a server which is showcasing you e-commerce sites or movies like Netflix or any kind of Amazon Prime, anything. So based on that, they are going to like add those IP addresses. Okay, this is completely taken care by the ICANN, ICAAN, Internet, sorry, International organization of internet or something it is showcasing, you can able to search it over there. That is a non-profitable organization. Even though whether it is IP address or a domain name, it is comes under them only. Okay, maybe internet service providers are going to bid for specific IP addresses and specific domain names. Let's assume like Airtel, Geo or GoDaddy, everyone should go to their bidding section and they are going to buy that. Okay, or else maybe it is open to any everyone. There are two kind of things, or it is open to everyone. If a specific person wants to buy a specific domain name from GoDaddy, we have to bought it for 1000 or 2000 based on that value of that domain name. So the amount is going to the GoDaddy. Some amount of some part of the amount is going to the ICANN through the GoDaddy. It is happening like that. Okay, even IP addresses also. Let's assume 888 is there, right? Google.com. It is static IP address. I think the Google is purchased for the lifetime or for a few years or for 100 years or something. They pay some amount to the ICANN, or directly the ICANN or directly go through the any domain giver like a GoDaddy or something.
But here one small doubt was like, so already is there dynamic IP? Is there why they are going for the static IPs? So is there any particular reason?
That's why I'm saying, buddy, if you see you are using a individual, let's assume you want to connect it to a specific service. Okay, so if you want to browse Google, if the Google have dynamic IP, how can you able to connect it to through the domain name? Like you have to attach that IP to the domain name, like google.com or .in or .net or whatever it is. Okay, if you don't have a static stable IP address, you can't attach the domain name to it, right? Let's assume if you want to buy something in Flipkart, you have to search flipkart.com only. You are not going to search any IP address, right? In the meaning that the meaning is, if you want to browse or search or like purchase or watch anything in the internet, you have to connect to a specific website that is through the domain name only, like flipkart.com only. If you want to go to connect to that flipkart.com, that flipkart.com definitely have a static IP address. If there is no static IP address, we can't able to connect it, and we can't able to attach that domain name to the IP address. Okay, only static IP addresses can be attached to the domain names.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
In
let's
okay.
assume if I want to track you, buddy. Okay, if I want to track you, you are using maybe you are a techie guy. You have bought a specific IP, like you have contacted the Geo. You are using a Geo SIM. You have contacted the Geo. Hey, I'm going to give you 10,000 per month. I want a static IP. It won't be changed again and again. I want a static IP. If they agreed, they'll give you IP. So with that IP, I can able to track you easily. Okay, whether you are using internet or not, also it is attached. It is attached or bounded to your SIM card. So I can able to track you. But if they don't give you that kind of facility until unless you switch on and browsing at that point of time only, I can able to track you down. What if you just switch on and switch off within a 2 to 3 seconds? I can't able to find you, right? With the help of IP.
Yeah, yes, yes, yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Understood. Yeah, it's because of like by keeping that security rule in the
that
mind
is the thing, man.
related.
See,
Okay, okay.
based on the IP addresses only, who are using, what are using, or what are browsing is going to taken care. Even the governments also try to find out. Let's assume some applications are banned here in India, but still you want to download it. Let's assume you have to play the PUBG game and it is banned in India. You can't download and you can't play. At the point of time, you are going to install the VPN. VPN is going to trick the IP. It is going to continuously changing the IP, or it is going to showcase a static IP. Okay, it's at the point of time only it is static, but once you close it, it will be gone again. Or once you switch off that VPN, again it will be gone. Okay, you want to set, like I want to use a US based IP, it is going to showcase US based IP address only. Okay, if anyone want to try to intercept you, it is showcasing you are not from India, you are from USA. Okay, the websites can able to allow you at that point of time. But if you are using, if you are not using VPN, your traffic is going through the internet service provider given IP. That means the IP is already known, you are from a specific continent and specific country, so the specific website is restricted by you, or restricted to you, sorry. So you can't able to access it. But if you installed a VPN, you are using some other country's IP, that means it's not going to restrict you to download or play the PUBG game at that point of time. Okay, VPN is just going to simply trick the IP address. It is going to continuously changing, or it is going to showcase you some other country's IP instead of your country's IP. Yep.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Just a second, I'll give you this Google Classroom link. I'll add this document there. At least once you go through that, you'll get an idea. Okay, what kind of IP addresses are there and all. You can IPv IP addresses. Let me add it here. Oh. Yeah, I've posted the IP address document also there. Just a second, I'll giving the link also here. The chat box. It should be a tricky, but let's see this recording again. You'll get it easily. Maybe sometimes you'll get confused about this dynamic, static, or public or private. The thing is, IP is an IP. That's it. Maybe it is a private or public or even static or dynamic. You have to understand it properly. If you couldn't get it, again just rewatch this video, or else you want me to explain with a real time example, like with a very elaborated examples also, I'll give you tomorrow. Okay, actually it should be a bit tricky, but the thing is, we have to use the IP address until unless we can't able to connect to anywhere. Okay, the thing is, we have missed a just a second, we missed a, it's IPv6, right? IPv6 is nothing but it's a 128 bit IPv6 address. We don't need to know anything about this because it looks like this. You can see it is 128 bit. Okay,
This is the
it is
latest version.
yeah, and we don't need to know about this because IPv4 is the traditional one. Let's I said, like if anyone wants to create their application, or any company wants to give the access to their application to the outside users, they are going to use the IPv4. They are going to purchase a static IP, and they are going to add their domain to that specific IP. That is fine. But for browsing purposes, the nowadays the four like those IPv4 4 billion addresses are exhausted. They are created this IPv6 address. This is a different kind of IP address range. You can see 340 undecillion. 340 undecillion. It won't be consumed in the next 100 to 1000 years, I think. That vast IP addresses are there. The best part is IPv6 addresses is directly given to the devices. Even while you're searching also, you can able to see it. Like I've shown you in the IP if config or IP config in my laptop terminal, right? The same way you can able to search it, you will get it. Even without internet also, I think we'll get it. It is directly attaching to the um, like devices, instead of they are not going to given by the service providers or something. It is simply given to each and every device individually, because there are vast number of IP addresses are there. Okay, the one and only thing we have to know is we have to deep dig about the IPv4 especially. We don't need to know about this IPv6 because it is nothing we are going to, it is just a kind of a passing number It is using like a token number to connecting to the devices. That's it.
So,
Okay.
quick question here. So,
Yeah.
with the IP, this other topic, with the IPv6 addresses, right? If it assigns, it gets assigned to your device, does it stay permanent, or it's also dynamic? It will just, it can disappear. The dynamic.
I don't know about that actually
Okay.
because I
Okay.
haven't tried that.
Oh,
Like
okay. Sure.
IP config. We have to try it.
Okay.
Then only we can have to. You can see this, right?
Yeah, I
This
can see that.
not that one. This one, I think. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, the last one, the last octet is A2E4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see that. Yeah, that one. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but we don't need to know about much about this one because we have to
Okay.
know about IPv4 especially. That is a traditional
Right.
IP address. That
Okay.
is the actual one
Okay.
we have to know. Even though you can see my Wi-Fi router also having an IP. Both are different.
Okay.
Okay, AAC8, but the device
Okay.
IP is different. You can see the below one.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
temporary. You can
Is.
see temporary IPv6 address is there. The AAC8.
Mm-hmm.
This is for my
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi's IP. Okay, this is my
Oh, okay.
device IP.
Okay.
A2EC. Both are IPv6 only, but this is
Mhm.
especially used for recognition purposes only, for connectivity only. We don't need to
Mhm.
know much about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Can you open it one more time whether we can see like it is going to change or not?
Okay, okay.
That is okay, so that we
Just
can
a
confirm, na? Yeah.
second. Okay, I want me to the terminal. Yeah, this one only you're saying.
Yeah, it's both are same only again.
No, no, you have to see. Yeah, this is a temporary one. You can able to see temporary IPv6. The above one is a fixed one, which is attached to my device. You
Okay.
got okay. Yeah.
Uh, he's asking about it will be going to change or not, but here it's showing the same address. Maybe if you doing the
No,
shutdown
no.
and the reopen, maybe it will be
We
goes
have
to
to verify it.
change.
We have to verify it
Yeah,
once. I
we
haven't
have to
tried
do
that
shutdown and
actually.
have to reconnect again.
The thing is, I
Okay.
haven't tried because
Okay.
it do nothing. That's why I haven't focused on that.
Yeah. Okay.
It is
No
just
worries.
for connectivity purpose only. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that is the one. See, you can see the below subnet mask over there 255.255.255.0. Okay, that means this is a /24. Okay, because it is going to give you, maybe you can able to connect like a 255 devices. Okay, the Wi-Fi given you the subnet mask of /24. That's why it is showing 0. Okay, there are bunch of things over there. Maybe it should be get confused while going to there and here and there and here like that. But try to go through the document. This one. Okay, you can able to understand in a deep dively also. So the thing is, we have to focus on IPv4 especially. We have to know the private and public. And the thing is, we don't need to know more about the private IP addresses. We have to just know what is the range of private IP. That's it. While you are watching, it is a private or public. You have to just to know. That's it. We don't need to know much about this. But while we are going to know about the public IP, again the two things come up. Public is should be like a static or dynamic. So if you are going to host something, an application or a website, maybe we are going to or we need to assign a static IP because it is going to uh, connected through or it is going to serve the things to the internet. So everyone wants to connect to that specific service or a specific application. So we are going to attach a domain name to that static IP. Then only it will be routed to from anywhere to anywhere. Okay, until unless we don't need to worry about anything. The thing is, we are going to work with a company. They are definitely using a static IP, whether they are using a cloud based static IP or anything. Let's assume they are going to host their servers in Amazon. Amazon itself, they are going to give the IP addresses. You can able to purchase the IPs also, like GoDaddy. Okay, if you want to, even Azure also like that, Google also like that. Whether your company want to purchase, you like want to host their applications in the servers, while you are going to create the servers, you are going to create the like a VPC block, like a virtual private cloud block. In there, you are going to configure what is the IP range. In those IP range also, you want to create a public, like a static or dynamic IPs. You are going to take care about that, but mostly we are going to use a static IPs only. Okay. Yep. Any other doubts?
No.
Okay, I think I'm good. If you guys confused, let me know. Tomorrow we are going to deep dig about it, like point by point instead of this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Are we done for today?